so our next speaker, I'm delighted to say, is Geoff Ramm. He is the creator and author of Celebrity Service. Geoff is an expert in highly successful marketing ideas and tailored customer experience. And he challenged and inspired audiences across 42 countries to create award-winning ideas to outperform the competition. Hopefully that summed it up nicely for him. So please welcome Geoff Ramm.
I am, Nadine. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. You're looking very fine and dandy, liking the waistcoat look. Inspired by the England manager, I think.
Absolutely. Gareth Southgate is my hero.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that. So, sir, I'm going to be on screen with you, if that's okay. I know you wanted a sort of an audience, so I'm going to...
I wanted a friend. I wanted to see somebody.
Can you see me okay?
Absolutely. Perfect.
Brilliant. Geoff, your 15 minutes starts now.
Okay, well, hello everybody from all over the world. I'm going to give you three things today. Three things. One is a philosophy and a question that will transform your customer experience forever. The second thing I'm going to give you is a technique and an idea that will absolutely amaze your clients, amaze your customers, and will blow away the competition. And the third thing is, look, we can't get away from it. It's what we can do now. What can we do right now to create a greater customer experience? And that's what I'm going to talk about, these three things. But when we talk about customer experience and customer service, Nadine, I don't know about you, but I've read so many books and I've seen so many speakers and I've been on so many courses and I've flicked through so many manuals. And it's the same old, okay? There's kind of only two things that every book, speaker, manual, trainer will tell you in order for your business organization to be the standout in your sector. There's only two things. The first is you must go the extra mile. Okay. And the second thing is you must always exceed expectations. We've been hearing these same two messages for 40 years, easily the last 4 decades. Go the extra mile, exceed expectations. It was fine back in the day, but it's hardly going to inspire you and your team to come up with the ideas to really set yourself apart. So the philosophy I'm going to share with you today is a question, and the question is a philosophy. And when you ask yourself this, and when your team answer this, you will come up with the ideas to blow the competition away. It is this. If your next client, customer, were to tweet, email, walk into your office, pick up the phone, become your next client, but they were an A-list, celebrity, Hollywood, god or goddess, I'm talking Nadine, I'm talking Brad Pitt, I'm talking Angelina Jolie, I'm talking this sort of A-level Hollywood star. If the next customer was somebody like this, what would you say? What would you do? How would you react? How quickly would it take you to get the proposal? How would you deliver it? What would be the difference? What would be the difference in service levels you would give them to Geoff Ramm and Nadine here today? The difference is the gap. Right now, we all think we're delivering a high level of service. We're all pretty good. Now, in 42 countries over these years, working with many brands all over the world, it's a question that I ask. On the scale of 1 to 10, if 1 is abysmal but 10 is incredible, what number would you give yourself for the levels of service you're providing? The vast majority of the world will say we're a 7 or an 8. We're quite high. And people say to me, Geoff, we're pretty good. And I get it, that's good. A 7 or 8 is a high number. But I say, what happens if a celebrity, an A-list celebrity, god or goddess, what if they were to become your next customer? Where would your service levels go? And we think we deliver a high level of service, but your service levels go there. And that, Nadine, is the gap. The gap we don't realize exists within ourselves, within our department, within our organization, within our brand. It's the gap that if you can fill, there's not a competitor in your marketplace can touch you for the levels of customer experience and service you give. So that is the philosophy. And the philosophy is a question. And it's a question for everybody on this live summit today, to go back into your office, to get on a Zoom call, to gather your team and say, that email that you're going to send tomorrow, that proposal that you're going to follow up, that meeting, that if it was a celebrity, what would we have said? Would we have spent longer? What would the difference be? And the difference is the gap. And what I do as a speaker, what I do, sharing hundreds of stories, techniques, ideas, inspiring, enthusing teams, is to show them how to build that gap, how to get that gap and to go from a 7 to an 8 to a 9 to a 10 and beyond. So that is the philosophy, and it's called celebrity service. Let's just ditch going the extra mile and exceeding expectations. We've heard it. It's nothing new. This is new. This is fresh. This is different. And it inspires people. And the greatest thing of all, and if we can do this at the end of our session, Nadine, I'll share some of the results, because when businesses and organizations adopt celebrity service, the results happen. And there's some things I want to share with you. So that's the first one, celebrity service. It's something very, very different, but you will create the ideas. But what will these ideas look like? I did promise on the 3 things. Number 2, I was going to give you an idea and a technique for you to blow away the competition, amaze your clients, really do something a bit different. Okay. I wonder what everybody, all the participants today, I wonder on their database, you know, their CRM system, I wonder, of all of the data that is collected over a client or a customer, I wonder if they've got one column missing. I'll tell you the columns that everybody's got. Here we go, and there's a little bit of a checklist. We could actually play bingo here. Okay, so number 1, I don't think I've ever said bingo in my life on a live event. There you go, bingo. Number 1, name. Number 2, surname. Number 3, company. 4, VAT number or company registration number. Telephone number, website, email. We have this thing called a CRM system. Guess what it is? It's a marketing system. That's all it is. We add people to it and we bombard them with stuff. But there's one column missing from everyone. And when you add this column, I promise you, your celebrity service experience will go through the roof. It's a column that's called loves. Loves. Okay? Now you have a relationship with a customer, with a client. You've maybe played golf with them. You have a conversation over the telephone. You know if they love certain things, because guess what? We build relationships. We build rapport. But what is it that Nadine loves? What does Geoff love? When you find this out, populate the column. Just add something in there. Populate that column. And at some point in that client journey, go back to this CRM system that is now a CRM system and say, Nadine's coming to see us next Thursday at 10 o'clock. She's going to come to our office. What could we do? Let's go and have a look. What does she love? Could we make and do something very, very special? Really. So let me give you an example. Okay, so when it comes to loves, I love certain things. Family, cider, my football team, who currently aren't playing, brilliant. And the fourth thing is why I put the backdrop here, is why I've done it in my office today. I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. Okay, so these are original signed. That's Harry Fisher. So I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. Okay. So I work with a lot of organizations in a lot of sectors, travel, tourism, airlines, financial, everything in between, services, professional services, and also quite a lot in hospitality. And just last year, one of my clients is Village Hotels. It's a wonderful brand here in the United Kingdom, Village Hotels. And I did 2 main big conferences for them, working with all their general managers, working with their teams. We did 2 big events. And I tell stories. As you possibly gather, I tell stories on stage and also verbally. And we're talking about sort of loves and ideas, and I mentioned Star Wars, and I talked about a different story. 6 months later, I was booked at a conference on the south coast of England. I flew down and I took the taxi across, and I stayed at a village hotel in Portsmouth. Now, the event wasn't for them, and the event that I was doing for another client wasn't at the venue. It was just the local client put me up in a local hotel. It happened to be a brand that I knew, but I didn't know the general manager. I didn't know them at all. But I arrived, Nadine, at 10 to 12 at night. And I got my key card and was about to check in. And I put my card against the door. And I opened the door. And there, on the bed, I realized that this sounds a bit weird now, but on the bed, and I just laughed, was a cushion. How cool is that? Let me go one step further. Not just me. There was one for my wife. There was one for our daughter. And also for our son, Elliot. The general manager recognized on the booking, recognized that I was coming down 6 months later. And he got with the team and he did what I call a 2-minute challenge, 120 seconds of creativity in celebrity service. What does Geoff love? And they went out and they got this and they put it in the room. What did I do? And then I burst out laughing. It was stunning. I took a photograph and I've shared it across social media. That photograph and that story is going to go in my new book that's going to come out in 2021. You see, when we deliver a great experience to people, people will talk about us. If people aren't talking about you, you're not giving them a great experience to be talked about. We can't just go the extra mile and exceed expectations. Your competition have been doing this for decades. It is time for a change. Now, I must admit there'll be some people on this call, this session right now thinking, well, that's brilliant, Geoff, but I don't have a hotel. Okay, not everybody does. But, maybe I'm a professional service, Geoff. Maybe, we're lawyers or we're accountants. So how do we do this? I said, it's easy. It's really easy. So our accountant, and this is an idea I gave him some time ago, our accountant, it's a business called Valued. The gentleman, the entrepreneur is called Stephen Paul, wonderful guy. And you would go to his office, Haley and I would go to his office twice a year to talk about the business. And he would you like a tea or a coffee? And he would give us the tea or coffee. It's all great. And he said, I really want to create a greater experience from every single touch point. And he said, what would you suggest? I said, Stephen, you know we're coming. You know we're coming. You know that we're coming at 10 o'clock on Monday morning. You've known it's been on diary for a month. He said, yeah. I said, well, do something about it. And he had these mugs printed. See those? Lovely mugs. I said, all of your competitors have got that. I said, but when you know we're coming, you can create celebrity service magic. And for an extra few dollars, few pounds more, you can create something that your clients will talk about for decades. So that's something that we can do straight away. Take your CRM system, add that loves column and create the magic. Those magic moments people will talk about. They will Instagram. Are you Instagrammable? So many of us aren't. We're just doing the same old, same old. I promise you one thing that you can do now. So we've had the philosophy of celebrity service. And by the way, it's not just a philosophy. Celebrity stands for consistency, excitement, which you've seen, Love, engagement, bravado, response, independence, thank you, and you and your team. You've had the idea of excitement with the CRM system. Please, please do this and make those celebrity service moments come to life. The third thing I'm going to leave you today, the third thing is something I've been doing for 18 years in business, 18 years. Every Christmas time, I send out Christmas cards. My brand is on the front, really lovely designed cards. But 18 years, I've got a different card for every year, and it's something that I've always done. Right now, 2020, the year of years, your clients, my clients, they need help now. They need support now. They need us to offer as much as we can now. And guess what? They need more than anything else in the world a smile on their face. And about a month ago, I thought, I want to put a smile on my clients. I've been doing a lot of virtual events, Nadine. I've been doing I've been doing short videos, inspirational videos to enthuse and uplift the team and engage with them, which has been great. But I wanted to do something different. We are living in a topsy-turvy world. Everything is upside down. So I thought, right, I'm going to put a smile on every client's face right now. So what I did, do not adjust your screen. I brought Christmas forward. I thought, stuff it. You're not going to wait till December. Let's do it in the last week of June. So I have just sent, this is Merry Christmas, by the way. So as you can see, it's an ice cream. It's an ice cream, but in the shape of Santa Claus. And I put a little message inside that says, this year, everything is turned upside down. It's not easy to keep track of the day, the month, or the season. With this in mind, I'm bringing Christmas forward. That's left blank, and I leave it blank because I put a handwritten personalized note. But to my clients, it also arrived in a huge box of chocolate treats. It has gone wild. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, emails, I've had videos, I've had phone calls, and you can hear the smile of somebody's face. It's been wonderful to do. Celebrity service is the philosophy. Create something memorable with your CRM system and do something now. Change it. Put a smile on that client's face no matter what it looks like. But don't wait for something to happen in 6 months' time. Now is the time. Clients and customers need you. Be the brand, be the organization that stands out more than anybody else. There we go.
Thank you, Geoff. Oh, I loved you showing the cushions. I mean, obviously, you weren't offended by the fact they had Chewbacca for you and everybody else had the other characters. Star Wars. You don't look anything like Chewbacca.
Well, I'm not too sure about that, but Haley was Yoda. I mean,
oh, I think that's so sweet. I would have gone for Lamborghini here, personally. I know. I like the way it's that humility.
I made a really bad mistake many years ago. I said what I love is red £50 notes. I made such a mistake.
Yes, indeed. I'm David Bowie fan, so anything that's worth over £1 million, David Bowie, feel free to send my way. There are other plenty good brands out there as well. Not too biased. I just love that, and also I like the way the fact that these ideas are so cost effective, because when you think about celebrity service, you think, oh gosh, that's going to cost. But I think you've proven you can do things effectively with a small amount. It goes a long way. I mean, the thing that struck me as well is that I love technology. I about it on my CNBC programs when we look at the Internet of Things, but actually it's that human touch. So how do we make sure, Geoff, that we balance technology with that human touch, so that CRM system is not just a piece of technology, it's got that human side to it?
Well, we need to, a bit was saying about, keep coming back and keep monitoring and keep going back and keep looking at the team and look what they're doing. We need to do this. It's not just an exercise where Nadine loves David Bowie and it's in dust, for years. We have to use it. So when we're going to email you or when we're going to have an appointment with you, let's see if we can do something. And even if it pays off, and we don't always have to buy, exactly what you said, and I want to come back to that. But even if you've got a meeting with Speaker's Corner and you come in to the meeting and they have music in the office just playing a couple of Bowie tracks really low. Now, they don't have to say to you, oh, something for you, listen to this. A little bit strange, right? Because you're like, oh, are they going to lock the door? I feel a bit, oh. But just very subtle. Straight away, you're smiling. Internally, you're smiling. Just on the thing what you said there about, a cost. Oh, I hear this all the time. And I say to finance directors, I say to anybody with the purse strings, what would happen to your bottom line if every member of staff, internally, externally, delivered celebrity service to every single one of your clients? And they said, I don't think we could cope. I don't think we could cope. So many of the ideas I talk about in the book, on my videos, on my YouTube channel, in live sessions, so many ideas cost nothing, mean the world.
Yeah, you're right. Prices. Geoff, we're going to have to leave it there because I know you're coming back later on as a double act. More about that later for the perfect day. Geoff, love it. Love the Star Wars fanatic. I'd expect speakers to put on a David Bowie tribute band for me, actually. Hint, hint.
We need to champion this. We'll have a hashtag, bring back Bowie tribute act for Nadine. That's quite a long hashtag.
It is, isn't it? Lovely.
I'll see you later on.
Yeah.
But if anybody, just contact Speaker's Corner, contact the team, and I can't wait to inspire you all. Take care, Nadine. Thank you.